Okay, guys, today we have Jack Strickland here with us to talk about his experience with Cheltenham Running Club and as a premium member of the club. Jack has just crushed his half marathon PB, and he's just revealed to me his 10K PB at the same event at Gloucester a couple of weeks ago. Jack, thanks for coming on. You've been the ideal club member and client of mine as well. Like, just everything I've given you, you've just lapped it up, and it looks like you've really benefited from it as well. First off, let's just relive Gloucester if we can. I did take a note that you had said you wanted 150 for the half marathon. I can't remember when you said that. It might have been quite early on, or I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was quite early on.
Yeah.
And then we did another event, didn't we? Like a training run, and quickly realised I'm going to be a bit faster on that, I think. So yeah.
Yes. So you did the Gloucester prep run, didn't you? From that we did on the country lanes, and it was how was that?
Yeah, it was a lot more elevation than I've ever done before. So to be able to get the time I did then, I think it made me realise that I've got a lot fitter over the last few months, I guess.
Yes.
It was good
and it was fantastic. I suggested a pace for you to target for that, and it was pretty much bang on, wasn't it, in regards to what you did? Was it?
I think it was 5 pace.
Was that
5
so?
kilometre pace? Was it 5 kilometre pace?
Yes, yeah. yes. And then at Gloucester, you did your half marathon on 1:39. So starting off hoping to do 150, and you've done 1:39 at the Gloucester half marathon, which is huge. So congratulations on that. So can we just rewind a bit and maybe have a quick chat about your background before you started with the club? Because for all we know, you could have been a top runner before you even found us. But that was your PB, right? That 1:39 was your PB?
Yeah, by 15, 16 minutes, I think. I've only ever done one half marathon before, but it was only in August or September, Cheltenham half marathon, so it wasn't that long ago. So it definitely come a long way just in those months, really.
Yeah, so very, very young with running, really. And so in terms of the training you're doing before the club, just going for runs by yourself, any sort of structure to that?
Yeah, so I've done a bit of run over the few years, but just 5Ks here and there, and it's always been just to try and help keep the weight off and be a bit healthier, I guess. Yeah. And last year I started 24. I was like, I need to lose some weight again. Let's book an event in. So we did Gloucester 10K in March 24. So just aiming to get back up to 10K, I guess.
Yep.
Started training by myself, just kind of looking online to what to do, really, just running 5Ks, really. So I wasn't really prepared for the distance to go further, which was what I was really lacking.
Yeah.
Kind of cobbled together a plan that year to then do Cheltenham half. Again, just probably not, I wasn't doing intervals or tempo runs. It's kind of just going out, got as far as I can, then coming back. So there was no really structure to it, I guess.
But you did well. You got round.
I was happy with that. I knew in my head I'd finish it. I just didn't know what time, I guess.
Yeah. Fine. Cool. Okay, great. And so what was it like, getting involved with the club to begin with? I can't remember how you found us, if it was online or what.
I think I've seen a few of you running around town in t-shirts, or a few of us now, I guess. And I've met yourself. I've seen yourself outside the school gates. Where children go to school.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I started doing a bit of Googling about what clubs are available around Cheltenham. Seen a few social media posts from yourself, and thought I'd kind of give it a go. So I looked at your page, saw there were some trials, and come along for a few weeks. Yeah.
No, excellent. Yeah, no, it was funny when you introduced yourself on the school gate.
Yeah, I've already signed up
earlier today.
Yeah, it's because I signed up. Then I saw you wearing your coat with Cheltenham, and I was like, yeah,
it's him. Yeah, funny. Cool. Okay, so you then came along to did your trial, 3-week trial, I assume?
Yep.
It was a premium trial.
Yep.
And what was that experience like?
I guess my main concern was, even though I've been running for quite a few months by then, it was just my concerns were that I'd get there and I wouldn't fit in, or they wouldn't be the right, people were too fast for me, but it just wasn't the case at all. Really friendly group of people, all abilities, kind of no elitism or anything like that. It's just kind of everything's left at the front door. So yeah, it was a really good introduction.
Yeah, no, that's right. I can't remember what group you started with. Was it like the 10s or
I think it
11s?
was tens, yeah,
10s?
tens and
Yeah.
maybe 11s, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't long before you were running with the 11s, and more recently you've now sort of cracked into the 12s, and effectively
Yeah,
you're right in the mix with the high performance runners now. So getting a tough workout with those guys
yeah,
on a
definitely,
Tuesday,
definitely pushing
Thursday.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the improvements just don't seem to stop at the moment. You're a footballer, so that helps. I think personally, as a
I
football
wouldn't say I'm a good
background.
footballer, but I do a bit of running around there,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
well, it gives you a bit more athleticism, right? I feel like having done other sports in the past increases that plateau a little bit. I think you've got more stabilizers that are already awake, whereas people that go from not running at all to running, or maybe they've just run all their life, all on the roads or whatever, but with not much structure, and then go into running. Sometimes injuries can start earlier because of the increase in loads and things. So you've been pretty lucky with injuries, although you've got the ankle, haven't you?
Yeah, and I guess that was another reason I got back to run. I got injured at football a few times on my ankles, and they just felt really weak. And again, I just kind of walk along the street, and they'd almost collapse in themselves. And went to physio finally, and they're like, "You just need to start using them more," essentially. So where I
Yeah,
was scared to use them, it was more about getting back out there and using them. So yeah, and that's definitely improved. They're still a bit sore some days, but the
yeah,
strength's definitely back. Yeah.
yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. So, is there anything else you want to say about the club itself in regards to what it's been like, whether at the sessions or events or?
Yeah, I think it's just for me. It's just really inclusive. You don't feel out of place. There's plenty of support there. Sometimes you might join the wrong group and go a bit too fast, but someone's always there with you, and you kind of learn from that, I guess. But no, just a really good place to even start your journey or to continue it, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, fantastic. And how about the premium membership? I mean, what sort of things do you feel like you've learned, or what was sort of beneficial with that?
I think for me, I know not all people need it, but when something's in front of you saying you need to do these runs this week, that really helps me. It kind of provides that structure.
Yeah,
I think,
so that's Training Tilt, the app.
yeah, the app that you provide with all like kind of the pace I should be running at between how to warm up properly, it just kind of all bringing that together really helps. Because I think with me, it's a quick Google. I've got a half marathon in 12 weeks. What should I be doing? And 10 different plans will pop up, and they're all different. So just kind of having that, I guess, expertise in the background going, no, this is what you should be doing by this week. You need to go this far to know you can keep that pace for that run. And that structure really helped me, I think. And
Mm,
it just, again, part of the club and part of the training plan is just introducing the different types of runs. The intervals have made definitely a big difference.
yeah, yeah. No, you've done really well with the interval training. But yeah, also going back to those session plans that you're following, the speed is calculated based on your time trial result, and I think pretty sure that your pacing might have improved a little bit since joining the club as well, right? So
Yeah.
really looking at your Garmin data and how the runs are going, I think we really you did a great job of listening to me and holding back a bit, especially for those long runs, and actually realizing after that it doesn't have to hurt as much as what it was before, even though I'm
Yeah.
now going faster on average. It hasn't caused as much.
And I think that's it with the training too. The training it's very adaptive. So you're looking at my runs and you're going, yep, maybe slow it down. Actually, you can go a bit faster here. And touch wood, I've not picked up any injuries or anything, and I have been progressing. So yeah, it's really worked for me.
Yeah, yeah. I just think the progress has come really quite easily for someone. I mean, as I said, perfect client because you've just done everything. But when you go from unstructured training, a lot of people do this, right? They just repeat the same 5K route or the same 10K route each week, and the weekend is a long one, and they just repeat the same thing, and that lack of variation really holds people back. I think you've really a huge amount of your benefits come from just learning to hold back early on in the
Yeah.
run, and then you can push harder later. Um, you've made use of the syncing from Training Tilt to your Garmin,
Yeah.
so that's been helping you to keep your speeds in that sort of range that
Yeah.
it's all laid out.
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely helps when you've got the headphones on and it's telling you you're going too fast or you're going too slow. Just those kind of prompts. Yeah, really helpful.
yeah, yeah. No. I mean, what do you feel like you've sort of learned most since joining the club in regards to running? Like,
I think it's the what's the correct word here? Is the kind of different types of training, I guess. Like I think you just said there, it's not the same 5Ks every week. It's not the same 10Ks. It's it's kind of going up the pace. It's kind of going up the distance, and then it's bringing it back down your recovery weeks. It's just that I guess I've learned that kind of structure to take forward in the future as well. So I've just learned a lot from that, really.
yeah, that's huge. We call it periodization. So it's when should we have you working hard and suffering a bit because your load's increased, and when do we need to ease off and let your body recover and then adapt to that hard training. And then, when do we do like a consolidation week? And it's all sort of relative to when the event is that you're looking at. So again, tapering before events. I just think everything came together for you for Gloucester.
Yeah.
So awesome. So, and what's the plan going forward then, Jack? What any events that you're thinking about doing, or have you had enough of running now, or what do you want to do?
No. So I think I've obviously got the Cirencester Summer Sizzler with the club booked in a few months. Is it June, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that 10K. So hopefully that'll be the next one push. Well, not the next race, but that's the one I want to push for 10K time for. And then last minute, a week or so ago, I signed up for the Coventry Half in a few weeks. A friend was looking to do it, so I said I'll go along with him. So yeah. Now training towards that one.
Yes.
Definitely got the bug for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if you can just maintain what you were doing and then taper well for that, I think, I mean, we can't expect it to go much faster. Do you know what the route's like?
It looks like nearly 3 times the elevation of Gloucester. It looks like it goes up for most of it, and then it's kind of rolling hills down. So I'm going to have to have a proper look at it. I'll probably talk to you about that one as well.
Yeah, not a PB route maybe.
No.
But and do you think you'll do Cheltenham later in the year?
Yeah. I need to. I think I know you've put a poll out. I need to respond to that. Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
got to do the local one. Yeah,
cool. Awesome. All right, Jack. Well, thank you, mate. Any other thoughts before we wrap up on the club? If someone had found us online, like yourself, and maybe thinking about joining a club, any thoughts on?
Yeah, I think everyone's different. Some people are happy doing 5Ks or the 10Ks every week, or some people want to progress and want to start doing different bits. And I guess the club supports all that. Really, it's not like you come in and you have to follow this plan. It's you turn up when you feel is best for you. Or you can be pushed by the other members as well. So yeah, it's a kind of club for everyone, I'd say.
Thank you. That's awesome. All right, well, thanks loads for your time today, Jack, and sharing your experience. And we'll see you at Club Run soon.
Yep, thank you, Connor.